Hey Mustangs, in this video we're going to be talking about reasonable graphs. So when we talk about reasonable graphs, what we're talking about is we are looking at the graph and we are taking the pieces of the graph and describing what those pieces actually mean in a real world setting. So what you have in front of you is you have in your iPod this graph here, but all of your little bubbles are not filled in. So I am going to talk you through what each of the bubbles say. If you need to pause the video in order to write some of these down, please feel free to do so. You can also abbreviate any of the words that you need to. So the first piece of this graph that we're going to look at is this really steep line here. So when you see a really steep increasing line, that means that whatever was going on there, you had a sharp increase or a dramatic increase, or it increased quickly, or it sped up very, very quickly. So maybe this is you walking away from a point near your house. You're walking really, really fast. Now if we look at the next part, we have a flatter line and it is decreasing. So that means that we are decreasing slowly at a steady rate, or we are decreasing gradually. So this might be that you are walking towards somebody at a very, very slow rate. When you look at the next part, you have all of this curvy stuff. If it's increasing, that means that it's rising, but it's rising at an uneven pace because it's not constant. So we've been looking at lines, our mx plus b, and if it's a line, we know that it's going to be constant. But if you see all these curves or these jagged edges in here, that means that it's not going to be constant. If you see a flat line in your graph, this means that it remained constant, it stayed the same. So if you were talking about walking, perhaps this would be a moment when you stopped walking and you just stood there. You didn't go anywhere. You didn't move forward, you didn't go backwards. Then we have this less steep increasing line. So this is kind of like the decreasing steadily, except now we are increasing steadily or gradually or slowly. Then we could have a very sharp decreasing line. So that means that it decreases sharply. And then finally, we have the uneven decrease. So we're decreasing at a variable rate. It's not even, it's kind of all over the place. So for the next couple of days, we're going to be using these vocabulary words to look at graphs and describe what is going on. So this is pretty much everything that we want you to have in your iPod. So again, make sure that you have these written down. If you need to pause at this moment to finish filling it out, please do so. Don't forget to fill out your video summary below. Thank you.